Welcome to Be Agile D. In today's video, we are diving deep into control charts and cycle time analysis using Jira. If you are an Agile coach, a Scrum Master, project manager, or even an Agile team member, you are in the right place. By the end of this video, you will not only understand the cycle time metrics, but also leverage the metrics to supercharge your sprints. Let's get started. A control chart isn't just another report. It is your team's performance story unfolding over time. Picture it like a health monitor for your project that highlights the lows and highs of your sprint cycle. The control chart visually shows how your work items move from in progress to done, with emphasis on cycle time and throughput. But what makes it really powerful is how it reveals trends, outliers, and predictability. Let's look at the control chart's components. The x-axis represents time. That could be days, weeks, or sprints, depending how your team works. The y-axis represents cycle time, the elapsed time it took to complete a work item. An item could represent a user story, a task, a bug, a spike, subtasks, etc., as used by your teams. Each dot shows when a work item was completed and how long it took. A cluster appears when several issues share similar cycle times or are completed within a narrow time window. The dots are densely packed, indicating a high concentration of issues being resolved in a similar manner. You will also notice control limits, the light blue shaded region, which are the upper and lower boundaries that show expected cycle times. When a dot falls outside these limits, it's an outlier that indicates something unusual happened. Where can you view the control chart? Open your Jira project. Go to Reports in the left navigation pane. Select Control Chart from the list of available reports. Then use the date range filter to select the time frame you want to analyze. I recommend using a range of 3 to 5 sprints to get a solid overview. Next, select the workflow states. Choose states like in progress, in review, done to analyze cycle times effectively. Use the filter to narrow down specific issues or teams. For example, there could be teams that only do Android development or iOS development or QA members only, etc. Or you could do it by story types if you want to get a more granular view. A control chart visually represents how your team's cycle time trends over a set period. It's a powerful tool to analyze the consistency and predictability of your workflow by highlighting variations in task completion time. Why use it? For 3 things: identify bottlenecks, measure predictability, and 3, drive continuous improvement. When can we use it? It's perfect for sprint retrospectives or continuous improvement discussions with your team, where you want to focus on becoming a more predictable and efficient team. Moving on, let us look at how to analyze control charts in Jira. First, how to spot outliers. Hover any of the dot to view details such as issue key, time taken, and start-finish dates. Look for dots that are significantly higher than others. These represent tasks that took much longer to complete. Investigate why these outliers exist. Are they due to blockers, scope changes, or technical debt? Next, you want to analyze cycle time trends. Check for any visible upward or downward trend. A sudden spike might indicate an increase in workload or a process inefficiency. A downward trend could signify improvements in the team's delivery or effective process changes. If the control limits, look at the upper and the lower bounds, are wide, it suggests a lack of consistency in delivery. aim to reduce the range between these two limits, the upper and the lower limits, over time, which indicates improved predictability. Next, let us look at how we can leverage control charts for cycle time. Identify which tasks consistently take longer and why. Is it related to dependencies, unclear requirements, or external blockers? Track improvements sprint over sprint by comparing cycle times. Shorter cycle times generally reflect better team efficiency and faster delivery. Use historical cycle time data to refine estimations for future sprints. Communicate with stakeholders using visual data. Show how improvements in cycle time lead to faster feature releases or quicker feedback loops. It's very good to leverage control charts to shorten the handoff delays by automating transitions and notifications in Jira. Try to use Jira automation to get this done. Also introduce a work in progress or WIP limits if control times are unpredictable to prevent overloading team members. Control charts help Agile teams visualize and analyze key metrics such as throughput, WIP limits, queue time, wait time, flow efficiency, and lead time. They show the cycle time for completed work items, highlighting patterns, bottlenecks, and inconsistencies in the workflow. By tracking how long tasks spend in each phase and identifying outliers, teams can pinpoint delays, optimize processes, and set realistic expectations. Control charts ultimately enable teams to improve flow, reduce lead time, and achieve a more predictable delivery cadence by providing a clear view of how work processes and progresses through the system. If you like this video, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, and watch out for the next video.